Hey everybody, this is Joel running with Ultimate Paleo Guide. Today we're answering the question, how can I live without my favorite food? There's no way I can live without my favorite food. How am I supposed to go paleo if I can't eat bread, potatoes, pasta, cheese, milk, ice cream, candy, sugar, whatever it is, whatever your favorite vice food is, I don't think I can live without it. How am I supposed to go paleo and cut that food completely out of my life? I just can't do it. I don't even know how to approach that. And so there's a couple things here. The first one is that yes, you totally can. If you come into anything in life and you say, oh, I can't do this, I'm not even going to try, you lost before you even got started. And so the first aspect there is yes, you totally can do it. You just have to give it a shot. You have to give it like 2 or 3 weeks and see exactly what happens. Find different substitutes for your favorite foods and sub them in and see what happens. There might be a transition phase that might be a little bit difficult, but after 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to be able to wean yourself off of it. The second aspect is that this is really interesting when it comes to food, that nobody thinks this is a weird question, but I'm always amazed by it because there's a lot of science, there's a lot of different studies that have shown that junk food and different vice foods that people have a lot of the same addictive properties as drugs. There's studies out there that show that sugar has a lot of the same properties as cocaine as far as addictive qualities go. I'll put these links below the video so you know I'm not just making this stuff up off the top of my head. But it's really interesting to me when people come in to a situation and they say, oh, I could never live without that because of X, Y, Z. If they said that in any other scenario, oh, I can't live without tobacco, oh, I can't live without alcohol, oh, I can't live without whatever, they would be looked at as more of an addict than like, oh yeah, that's okay, you should just keep that in your life and let it mess you up in different ways. And so when people say this about bread or sugar or candy or whatever their vice food is, it's kind of an interesting scenario that we never ever take a step back at. We just say, okay, yeah, you couldn't live without bread. You better just keep eating bread then. And that's not the answer. That's not what's going to be helpful. That's not what's going to help you change your behavior. And so the biggest thing is, one, to change your attitude. Instead of saying, oh, I can't live without it, to say, oh, I wonder if I can live without it. Let me give it a shot. And the other thing is just go do it. Just go try it. See what happens. You know, if you give it, 3 to 6 to 8 weeks and your life turns to crap and you lose your job and you wreck your car and your wife leaves you and all this other stuff, like all these bad things happen because you stopped eating bread, then you know what, maybe you should probably keep eating bread. But you might find that you start feeling better, you stop feeling bloated, you start losing weight, you start thinking clearer, your blood sugar levels aren't off the charts. And so like anything in paleo, anything that I've done on these videos or on the site, always experiment with yourself. Always try things out for yourself and figure out what works for you. But if you start off by saying, oh, I can't do that, here's my reason why, you've already lost. Because there's no way, there's nothing I can do to convince you, there's nothing anyone else can do to convince you if you're not willing to give it a shot yourself and to even think about the possibility of you living without that one food down the road. So I hope that helps answer that question. If you guys have more questions, you can leave them down below the video. If you want to see more videos in the future, hit subscribe. And if you know somebody who's maybe said that to you before, oh, I'd love to do paleo, but I can't live without XYZ food, so I'm not even going to try, send them this video, challenge them to give it a shot, just 2 to 3 weeks, see what happens, and yeah, and then report back. Let me know exactly how it went for them. So thanks for watching the video today, guys. I will see you on the next one.